بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والحمد لله رب العالمين وصلى الله وسلم على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين. In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful, praise be to Allah, peace be upon the Prophet Muhammad, his family, his companions. Inshallah, by the will of Allah, we continue our training course under the title, The Fundamentals of Faith. Today is going to be the last lecture about the fundamentals of faith. We are going to finish the last pillar of faith, namely the belief in Al-Qadr. We discussed this pillar last time, and we said that Al-Qadr is the divine measure or predestination or fate which Allah has decreed or ordained for everything in creation according to his eternal omniscient and sublime wisdom. This is the meaning of Al-Qadr. And we discussed several things about Al-Qadr. Today, we are going to finish the discussion about the belief in the Al-Qadr, and we will start with the sects who went astray regarding this matter, regarding the belief in Al-Qadr. Two sects went astray in Al-Qadr. The first sect is Al-Jabriyah, and the second sect is Al-Qadariyah. Al-Jabriyah and Al-Qadariyah. Al-Jabriyah. Al-Jabriyah said that man is compelled to do whatever he does, and Allah's will and ability have nothing to do with his action. So Al-Jabriyah said that the man is compelled to do whatever he does. To do whatever he does. Meaning that a man does not have the power and the will to choose or to act. This is Al-Jabriyah. And Al-Qadariyah is in the opposite side. They said that it is by the will and the ability of the man to do whatever he wants. And Allah's will and ability has nothing to do with his action. Both sects went astray regarding the belief in Al-Qadr. So Al-Jabriyah asserting the compulsion for a man to do anything, and Al-Qadariyah negated the will and the ability of Allah for a person to do any action. And we are going to deal with these two sects to prove that they are astray, that they are wrong by a Sharia and by reality and by rational. So, the response to the first sect, which is Al-Jabriyah. the response to the first sect, which is Al-Jabriyyah, who said that a man is compelled to do whatever he does. We respond to them through two ways. The first way is the way of Ashar. Allah created the man and granted him the ability, the will and the ability to do anything he wants. Allah created this world and created the hereafter, and he said to mankind in the Quran, منكم من يريد الدنيا ومنكم من يريد الآخرة. Some of you desire this world, and some of you desire the hereafter. This is a proof from the Quran that the man's will and ability is there. Allah granted him this will and ability to choose, to select. So some wanted this world and some wanted the hereafter. And also, Allah, the Most High, said in the Holy Quran, وَقُلِ الْحَقُّ مِنْ رَبِّكُمْ فَمَنْ شَاءَ فَلْيُؤْمِنْ وَمَنْ شَاءَ فَلْيَكْفُرْ إِنَّا أَعْتَدْنَا لِلظَّالِمِينَ نَارًا أَحَاطَ بِهِمْ سُرَادِقُهَا وَقُلِ الْحَقُّ مِنْ رَبِّكُمْ. Say, O Muhammad, the truth is from your Lord. So, whoever wills, let him believe. And whosoever wills, let him disbelieve. Indeed, we will, or we have prepared for the disbelievers the hellfire, whose walls will be surrounding them. So there is a will, and there is a qudra, there is an ability for anyone to do. Because Allah affirmed this in the Quran. فَمَنْ شَاءَ مِنْكُمْ فَمَنْ شَاءَ فَلْيُؤْمِنْ وَمَنْ شَاءَ فَلْيَكْفُرْ. Whosoever wills, let him believe, and whosoever wills, let him disbelieve. It is his choice or her choice. But everyone is responsible for his action on the day of judgment. Therefore, Allah said here, إِنَّا أَعْتَدْنَا لِلظَّالِمِينَ نَارًا أَحَاطَ بِهِمْ سُرَادِقُهَا. This is the answer to the disbelievers. Yes, you have the ability to select and to choose, but if you go astray, if you disbelieve, then your destiny will be the hellfire. And the walls of the hellfire will be surrounding the disbelievers. And Allah also affirmed this in the Holy Quran. Allah the Most High said in the Holy Quran, مَنْ عَمِلَ صَالِحًا فَلِنَفْسِهِ وَمَنْ أَسَاءَ فَعَلَيْهَا وَمَا رَبُّكَ بِظَلَّامٍ لِلْعَبِيدِ. مَنْ عَمِلَ صَالِحًا فَلِنَفْسِهِ. Whoever does righteousness, it is for himself. And whoever does evil deeds, it is also for himself. And Allah is not at all unjust to his servants. At all. So, Allah granted the servant the will and the ability to do anything, but at the same time, he must be responsible for his action. This is the answer to the first sect, Al-Jabriya, according to Ash-Sharia or Ash-Shar. Okay, the answer to them according to the reality. According to the reality. It is by al-aql, by mind. Okay, we know that a person has the free will, has the freedom, okay, to do many things, like eating, like drinking, like selling, like buying, like many things. Okay, but at the same time, there are things that befall on him against his will. Against his will. For example, someone becomes sick and he starts to have a fever and his body starts to shake. It is against his will. Okay? Someone, for example, has an accident. Okay? For example, he falls from a roof. It's by accident. It's not by his choice. It's by accident. So, this kind of action befalls on him against his will. Okay? So, the first examples that I draw for you indicated that he has the free will to do anything, eating, drinking, selling, buying. And the second examples are for things that befall on him against his will. So from reality, there are things that a man does by his own free will and ability. And there are things that befall in him against his will and ability. So this is the response to the first sect, which is Al-Jabriya. Al-Jabriya. Okay. The response to the second sect, which is Al-Qadariya. Al-Qadariya, who said that, okay, the man has the entire will and ability, the complete will and ability to do anything, and Allah's will and ability has nothing to do with his action at all. And they are also astray. They are wrong. Why? Because Allah confirmed that they are astray in the Holy Quran, in the Sunnah, and according to Al-Aql, according to reasoning, according to Al-Hiss. Okay? And we will bring the response to this sect through some verses and through our thinking also. Okay. The response to Al-Qadariyya through Ash-Shar. Through Ash-Shar. Allah created creations. Allah created creations. Among them, man. Among them, man. And a man does not act except through the will of Allah. If Allah does not want him to act anything, he will not act that thing at all. Because Allah's will must go through the action of the person. Okay? Allah said in the Holy Quran, the Most High said in the Holy Quran, وَلَوْ شِئْنَا لَآتَيْنَا كُلَّ نَفْسٍ هُدَاهَا ولو شئنا لآتينا كل نفس هداها ولكن حق القول مني لأملأن جهنم من الجنة والناس أجمعين. Had we willed, we would have given every person his guidance. But the word from me had effect. And I promised that I will fill the hellfire with jinns and man together. Of course, those who are wrongdoers. And also Allah the Most High said, لمن شاء منكم أن يستقيم وما تشاءون إلا أن يشاء الله رب العالمين. For whomsoever of you wants to be guided, and he will not be guided unless Allah wants so. So, the will of Allah is there. No man acts against the will of Allah. Everyone acts or everyone will act after Allah wants to act so. But at the same time, وَمَا رَبُّكَ بِظَلَّامٍ لِلْعَبِيدِ. Allah is not unjust to his servants. Okay? Another reason or another response to the Al-Qadariyah. It is through the rational. It is through reasoning. It is through al-hiss. Allah created the whole universe. Allah created all creations. Among them, mankind. Among them, mankind. And as long as mankind is part of the creatures or the creation of Allah, he must not go through, he must not go against the will of Allah at all. Because he is possessed and he has to go through the will of the possessor, of the originator, of the creator. I mean, if you go to a company in order to seek a job there, and the boss told you that your job is going to be this and this and this, and you said, oh no, I will do this and this and this, and I will not do that one. He said, oh man, you are in my company. You should not go against my will. I determine what to do, not you determine what you do. And Allah is the creator. We are the servants. We should act through his will. We should not think that when we do anything, we do it against the will of Allah. No. We don't know, we don't will unless Allah wills. We don't will unless Allah wills. It's clear. It is clear through the Shar'. It is clear through reasoning. It is clear through rational. So
these two sects went astray because they negated, the first one negated the will of man, Al-Jabriya, and the second sect negated the will of Allah, and they are both astray. They are both wrong. And we proved that they are wrong through a Sharia and through reality and through a rational. Al-Qadr, the belief in Al-Qadr, has many benefits. There are many benefits from believing in Al-Qadr. First of all, we depend in Allah, okay, when we use any means. Of course, Allah created the means as He created us, as He created all creations. Also, He created the means. So, we should not depend only in the means without depending on Allah, the Most High, the Almighty. We should depend in Allah in any action we do in this life. This is the first benefit from Al-Qadr. The second benefit from Al-Qadr. We save our souls from having high opinion about what we achieved. Because someone might achieve great things, and he start to have high opinion on himself. I am the most knowledgeable. I am the most whatever. He has high opinion upon himself. No, we should not have this high opinion about ourselves when we achieve anything. We should relate this to Allah, who enabled us to achieve such great things. It is by the will of Allah. It is by the help of Allah. It is true that Allah gave us the ability to do whatever we do, but it is by His help. It is by His will. So we should save ourselves from having high opinion upon our achievement. And the third benefit from believing in Al-Qadr, we have peace and tranquility. We get peace and tranquility. Why? Because whatever befalls upon us, especially bad things, we should not be sad. We should not be sad. We should be relaxed, and we should be in peace and tranquility, because we believe that what happened to us is already written in the tablet or the preserved tablet. It's already preordained. It is in Al-Lawh al-Mahfuz. Okay? And Allah stressed this in the Holy Quran. Allah, the Most High, said in the Holy Quran, ما أصاب من مصيبة في الأرض ولا في أنفسكم إلا في كتاب من قبل أن نبرأها إن ذلك على الله يسير. ما أصاب من مصيبة في الأرض ولا في أنفسكم. No calamity befalls on the earth or among yourselves or in yourselves except it is written in the preserved tablet, in al-lawh al-mahfuz, in a book, before we bring it into the existence. That is for Allah is easy. Verily, this is for Allah. This for Allah is easy. So we should have peace and tranquility about anything that befalls upon us. Of course, either good or bad. If it is good, then we have to be thankful to Allah. And we should not be, we should not go beyond the limits in our happiness when we achieve anything. Okay? It's because it's by the will of Allah. And when bad things befall upon us, we should live in peace and tranquility, because it's already written in the preserved tablet. And we should be patient. And we should ask the reward from Allah for our patience. These are the great benefits from believing in Al-Qadr. And with this, we come to the end of the pillars of faith. We come to the end of the fundamentals of faith. Is still one thing to tell you. Through this question, what did we achieve from knowing the pillars of faith? What did we achieve from knowing the fundamentals of faith? And this is really a great question to ask ourselves, because we have studied the pillars of faith in order to increase our faith, in order to achieve Iman in our hearts. So, I think through the lectures that we have taken so far, we achieved many great things. First of all, we achieved the oneness of Allah. We achieved the oneness of worship dedicated to Allah alone. And also, we achieved the liberation of our mind and heart from worshipping other deities beside Allah. And also, we achieved tranquility and peace of mind and heart when we know that everything is written in the preserved tablet and everything is already decreed and preordained by Allah. And we achieve the determination of doing good deeds and avoiding bad deeds, because we know that there is the hereafter, and in the hereafter there is the paradise and there is the hellfire. So we should act in order to reach the paradise and to avoid the hellfire. And also we achieved the establishment of Muslim nation, because when we understand the pillars of faith, our faith increased, and Allah grants us the success in this life and the big reward in the hereafter. Allah the Most High said in the Holy Quran, وَعَدَ اللَّهُ الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا مِنْكُمْ وَعَمِلُوا الصَّالِحَاتِ لَيَسْتَخْلِفَنَّهُمْ فِي الْأَرْضِ. Allah has promised those who believe and do good deeds to be success in this life, to give them the rule. So we achieved the establishment of the strong Muslim nation. And also we achieved the ultimate happiness in this life and in the hereafter, which is the big reward for the believer. I ask Allah to reward you for your attendance and to reward you for your patience, for being with us through the 3 months during this training course, the fundamentals of faith. And I hope that you understood the pillars of faith, and I hope that you convey them to those people who need them. And all praise be to Allah, and peace be upon the Prophet Muhammad, his family, his companions. وجزاكم الله خير.